Hey guys, I'm here to address the whole Nova rude influencer situation due to the amount of rumors and lies that are being spread by not only her but other people. I was not going to make an entire video on this until I texted her and asked for a private conversation or a public apology, and unfortunately I don't think I'll be getting a public apology until I make this video. I just made it get ready with me because last night Nova finally denied my name after a week of posting videos about a rude influencer. So in my video I said, hey guys, Nova said it's not about me, so we can move on, do whatever. Just as I was about to post that video, I got a text from a very interesting individual. I had already known all along that everything that Nova was hinting to was about me, but the actual encounters that she's talking about are not true. I don't even know where to start with all this, but I don't filter my comments, and I had to filter out Nova's name for the last week because of the amount of harassment I've been getting about being mean or fake or deserving the depression that I'm going through. Like, literally horrible comments over this rude influencer she's talking about. Everyone was assuming because I was the top search on almost all her videos and Lola's video when poor Lola had to go and defend herself as well. Not to mention, in the beginning of the week when this all started, I reached out to her and sent her a long message about, I'm so sorry that this happened to you at the event, like apologizing if it was me or any other girl there. Like, I genuinely wanted to know who it was. She never answered me. Last night, after about a week, I finally went live addressing the situation because I felt like I've gathered enough info to think that it was me. Especially after I saw a comment that was like, it's Lola or Kenny, and she said, it's not Lola, but close. So I went on live and started talking about my encounter with Nova that weekend and other things that I know about her and her content. Not even 10 minutes into my live, she starts replying to a ton of comments saying, no, it's not Kendall, it's not Kendall. After 6 days of being her top search and all these hints towards me, she finally starts denying it. She then answers my DM on Instagram and tells me that I'm not the person she's talking about and she's really hurt by the things that I'm saying on live because it's not about me. Now I feel stupid because I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not about me. Go on to still tell her that whatever I said is still defending anyone in my agency. Nova is no longer in our agency, by the way. So I don't know if that sparked a whole nother thing. But I basically tell her sorry and I just say I had every right to defend myself because you were not defending me for a week straight when I was a top search on multiple different people's videos. At that point, I think we clear it all up. Like, I wish her the best. I just kind of give her my spiel on, like, how her other people have been by this. She didn't apologize, but she said she didn't aim to stir any conflict. She's gonna come on here and say that her videos were with the intent to show people not to believe what you see on social media. I've told her multiple times that I agree her very first video she posted was to display that information. But the 3 to 4 part series that followed, encouraging people to guess and narrowing in on who it might be, was literally stirring the conflict. If you didn't want to stir the conflict, first video would have been the only video. Regardless if the video was about me or not, I still disagree with the whole way that she went about it. I told her that her series affected so many innocent creators, including myself, because at this point I didn't think it was about me. If you've seen her videos, you know that she used screenshot proof from an individual saying that, oh my gosh, is it blank? She followed me and unfollowed me, whatever. The girl that wrote that message texted my best friend today trying to get in contact with me because she lied about saying that to figure out who it was. This is the exact strand that was used in her video, and she blacked out my name up there, so now I know for a fact that her series was about me. This is that same girl talking to my best friend. Literally, my best friend says that she's the nicest person I've ever met, whatever, and this girl is saying that she can start a convo because she feels really bad to lying because she wanted to see if it was me or not. Now we know Nova's talking about me. A, she lied to my face about it not being about me. B, she lied to you guys saying that it's now not about me. Let's get into the weekend because I think C is kind of lying about the whole thing or taking it out of context. In my live I talked about the weekend. I thought it was the best weekend ever. The day that she's talking about in her video wasn't even the first day that we met. The very first day, me and Lola went out of our ways to introduce ourselves to Nova and this other girl because they were very put off in the corner. Given that Nova and this other girl are 19, 18 years old and the other girls are younger, I'm the same age as them. That's why I wanted to introduce myself. I feel like I didn't have to hang out with the younger girls that I did, but I wanted to be included and I wanted to be a part of this big thing that we were there for, to hang out with all these creators. I introduced myself, I thought everything was great, but of course I was hanging out with the big group of creators that we were supposed to be there with and not the 2 girls that were there with their boyfriends, which they weren't supposed to bring, on the side. What's funny is that the girl that Nova was hanging out with that weekend, like all weekend hip to hip, messaged me this morning because she saw me talking about it on my live and just wanted to let me know that she had social anxiety and she just had a hard time hanging out with people, and I was super sweet to her and she doesn't know who the video's about. That's coming from the person that hung out with Nova all weekend. Lola and me were glued together all weekend. I was hanging out with every other girl there, and I can 100% promise you that every girl I hung out with can attest to the fact that I was not rude to anyone at that event. I've had multiple calls with my managers over this whole situation. They were there. They know that I was including myself in everything that I possibly could. I think the video footage and content alone from that weekend attests to the kind of person I am, because at no point did I make a single video alone. I was with Lola, I was with other girls all weekend in every video I could be in. The only people all that were the 2 people off to the side that were with their boyfriends and not including themselves. Even on the day she's talking about, I remember going up to them sitting on the couch being like, oh, it's so hot out today, because they're just sitting inside alone. Apparently this all started because she's saying that I followed and unfollowed her. This whole time I followed her on Instagram. If I unfollowed her, it was completely by accident, and I think you might be able to see that. If I follow on Instagram, like, just text me if I accidentally unfollowed you and you were hurt by it. Like, I didn't mean any harm by unfollowing someone if I accidentally did. That's how the weekend went. I literally thought it was the best few days ever, and I sincerely apologize if I came off rude to anyone. There were so many girls there. If she thinks I accidentally ignored her, maybe I was preoccupied talking to someone else. I don't know. I was genuinely so spread thin and so overwhelmed by what was going on. I would have never intentionally meant to be rude to anyone. And I think what's going on kind of attests to the two different types of people we are. If I had an issue with someone that happened over 4 months ago, I would never bring it back up on social media, especially if it was over an unfollow or a rude comment or someone ignoring them. Like, I just think that's a little bit out of context. Again, I 100% agree on the message of her first video. If that's what she just wanted to use as a way to display you shouldn't believe what you see online. But if you're going to continue to tell me that you weren't trying to create conflict, I don't believe that you should have created a 3-part series narrowing in on who it could be. She has told me that she meant no harm, so I'm going to take her side and say that she meant no harm, but I'm not going to sit here and let my character be scrutinized over something that someone posted that isn't necessarily true or the full story. She's probably going to make a video explaining her side after this, and I do not want to discredit her or invalidate her feelings whatsoever. I want to apologize if she thought I was rude at all to her, but just knowing that she lied to my face about us never having that encounter, I would have rather she just told me straight up and had that conversation with me on the side and we could have figured it out. Especially because that girl was lying, and now I know that she lied to you guys saying it's not me, but then she lied to me saying it's not me, but then now she's saying she never lied. I'm just really confused and hurt by the whole situation because I'm a type of person that likes to handle things off of social media. Hence why it took me so long to post this video, because I never knew if it was really me or not, because she never denied it until last night. But other girls in my agency would go on and text, it's not her, like, stop assuming that. And thank you to whoever who did that. Girls like Salone, like, thank you so much. If you've never taken your time to talk to someone and get to know them outside of what you know about them or assume about them, you should never go on and say something that could genuinely ruin their reputation when it's not accurate whatsoever. I'm sure there's influencers out there that are not the person they come off as online, but I think as someone who posts my life every day, I'm very open about my mental health, about what I do. I'm a lifestyle creator. You'd be able to see my character by now for the last 2 years of me posting daily. Not to mention, if you go back in that weekend 4 months ago, I was with every girl you could think of. I was trying to be so outgoing. I was also outside of my comfort zone. I didn't have to hang out with girls that were 12, 13 years old that were there when I'm 19 years old at that event, but I did anyway because I wanted to be included in something that was bigger than just me. So I'm going to leave this video saying I don't want any drama, and I hope that I approach this in the most respectful and mature way possible. I have so many other screenshots and messages that I could share, but I genuinely do not like to bring drama onto social media. I would never be rude or intentionally unfollow someone. Every time a creator follows me, like Embry followed me the other day, I text her right away. I said, you're the prettiest girl on this planet. Billy Diedrich followed me the other day. I was like, oh my gosh, I've watched you forever. Every time a creator follows me, I message them. Spencer Barbosa followed me. I messaged her. I said, you are gorgeous. You are everything. I love you so much. I love when creators follow creators. I would never intentionally unfollow someone, especially if we're still mutuals on Instagram and have pictures with each other. I don't know why there's this like unresolved beef. I have nothing against Nova, and I really just want an apology. And again, I don't think her first video was wrong if her message was to display not to believe certain things, but it's the fact that she went on, and now the lying, I'm just like hurt and confused, and I've been affected a lot by this. I think it speaks that everyone in my agency, including my managers, know that I've done nothing wrong, and they know that I'm not in the wrong, so they're not worried about it. I am, because I know the person I am, so I really just want to come on here, share what happened, share what that weekend was about. Don't go on Nova's page and hate on Nova. I know she never really displayed the message that you shouldn't go on other people's accounts and hate on them, but I want this to blow over. I just needed to come on and clear my name and clear up what's been going on. Again, I apologize to her if I was rude at any point in time, but I think the mature way to go about things, especially if you don't know if they're true, is to address the person off of social media. I hope we all take this as a lesson. I gotta go do my homework, so peace out. I love you all. Bye.